This is a look at the proposed cycleway from Festival Park near Easton across the A47 to the Dereham Road into Norwich. This scheme came about as a planning condition for the building of the Festival Park estate. Amongst its uses, it is intended to be a safe route to school for children from the estate attending the school in New Costessey. Of course, this route will also be useful for students attending Easton College or for people attending events at the Norfolk Showground, including their new food hall, and of course for people from Easton who want to go shopping at the Longwater shops, probably using cargo bikes. So let's see how suitable this route is as a safe route to school for children from Festival Park. So we'll start at Festival Park and follow this safe route to school. Our imaginary child leaves Festival Park and joins the 3-metre wide shared use footpath towards the school in New Costessey. Very shortly after leaving Festival Park, we come across the main signed entrance to Easton College. At this point, there's likely to be quite a lot of vehicles entering the college. We don't have any information about how they intend to get the cycle track across side entrances, so we'll just mark them with this green dot. They should of course be built to the current standards, which say the cycle track should be continuous across the junction on a raised table and set some way back from the road. So as our imaginary child rides eastwards along this arrow straight and dead level cycle track, he or she is likely to be passed by quite a few students going the other way to the college. So this section of cycle track is likely to be used by large numbers of children and teenagers on bikes. Expecting pedestrians to share this space seems particularly unwise. Come round the bend, we come to the end of this section of the cycle track, which now stops, and we have to cross the road via, well, just a centre island really. There's nothing else in the way of traffic control here. Traffic can be fast and heavy along this section of the road. This is clearly totally substandard. So will this centre island be big enough for a cargo bike, I wonder? To be fair, this isn't the sort of crossing you'll want to use after dark. Once over that crossing, we very shortly come to the crossing of the entrance to the hotel, which looks to be properly designed. But things are about to go downhill very badly as we approach the junction of the A47. And here we come to the first of the really big problems: cyclist dismount. Puffing crossings are narrow and not designed for cycling across, so we better hope our imaginary child gets off the bike and pushes it. Indeed, most of this path is going to be only 2 metres wide, which is too narrow to safely ride a bike over, let alone a cargo bike. In fact, it would be difficult for 2 pedestrians to pass each other safely, never mind 2 people pushing bikes. And the fact that traffic, including 44-tonne articulated lorries, will be passing inches away from you at speed as you walk over this bridge, means it's obviously dangerous. And then, once over the bridge, a lay-by to be used by maintenance crews, which already exists, will remain and will block the path. So if there's a vehicle parked in that lay-by, how are you going to get past? Assuming you do get past the lay-by, there's another length of narrow footpath where our imaginary children have to carry on pushing their bikes until they reach the other slip road with another puffing crossing. Again, puffing crossings are narrow, not designed for cycling across, and as with the other side, this should be a proper toucan. Once over the toucan, they can get back on their bikes. The next obstacle we come to is the entrance to the Longwater car park. Now, this is a very busy junction. There's a lot of fast-moving traffic here. It is extremely dangerous. But we have to cross the inbound lane, get to a centre island, and then cross the outbound lane. This junction is well below the minimum standard. Once over that, we can carry on a short way to the crossing over William Frost Way. This is a 2-stage toucan crossing, so we can cycle over this one. And once on the other side, we double back on ourselves and come to the entrance to the next car park. And here we have to do the same trick again, go across the inbound lane, get to a little centre island, and then go across the outbound lane. Again, very dangerous, very busy, very substandard crossing. But after that, we follow the cycle track onto the Dereham Road and the route to the school, and in fact the rest of the city. So in conclusion, there's a lot wrong with this proposal. The crossings of the side roads need to be done properly. The uncontrolled crossing of Dereham Road with its centre island needs to be properly designed. The crossings of the slip road on either side of the bridge of the A47 need to be toucan crossings, and the path over the bridge needs to be a proper cycle track. It has to be capable of being used by non-standard bikes, such as cargo bikes, trailer bikes, or adapted bikes for disabled people, and it has to be able to accommodate e-bikes, e-cargo bikes, and so on. And of course, it's not just bikes. The bridge also has to accommodate people in wheelchairs and mobility scooters. Expecting people, especially children and teenagers, to get off and push their bikes over this bridge is just not reasonable. The crossings of the entrances to the car parks on William Frost Way are simply dangerous. This is a third-rate scheme that fails to take into account all the uses this route will be put to, and to the increasing development of the area around Easton Village. It's unfit for purpose.